Hello there, it's Petrina again with Do You Have a Couple of Minutes? And today I want to know if you have a couple of minutes to continue our series in the Book of Proverbs. And we've made it to chapter 30. So today, if you're listening to this, it should be January 30th. Um, in the Book of Proverbs, we've gained a lot of wisdom, gone through a lot of different sayings. And of course, chapter 30 is no different. In this chapter, though, I want to read kind of a little bit of a larger um, passage of verses that are continuous together so we can take some time to just kind of think about those things. And then, as always, I want to encourage you to go back and take a look at chapter 30 of the book of Proverbs and read those other verses that we're not going to be able to touch on today because they may be something that causes you to just think a little bit different and give you some different perspective on things that you might apply to your life or be able to share with others. But today I want to start in chapter 30, verse 24 is where I'm going to start. And I'm going to read through about 28. And it reads, "Four things on earth are small, yet they are extremely wise. Ants are creatures of little strength, yet they store up their food in the summer. Hyraxes are creatures of little power, yet they make their home in the crags. Locusts have no king, yet they advance together in rank. And finally, a lizard can be caught with the hand, yet it is found in kings' palaces." So I like that idea. It resonates with us as humans because we know about these things, ants and spiders and locusts and lizards. They're all things that demonstrate something about the nature of life, the resilience of life, the ability to be able to plan for things and prepare for things, the ability to be able to go places, to do things, to find a way, no matter what. And so I thought that those were encouraging from that perspective, but also from the perspective of what are these creatures made to do? And then what is it that we are called to do? And what are the things that we can prepare for as humans? And as we've been reading through the chapter, we see a number of those things. And certainly in chapter 31, that's a good perspective to keep in mind about what are things that we can do to take care of our needs, others, and advance our lives and advance things for generations to come. So I liked those few verses. I want to move on down to verse 33, which reads, "For as churning cream produces butter, and as twisting the nose produces blood, so stirring up anger produces strife." So it's just kind of this thought about there are things in nature that we know about, different interactions. And the last thing in comparison, so stirring up anger produces strife. So this talks about, in some ways, something that we have to do or something that precedes us getting to this place of strife. And if it precedes it and it takes action, then it's something that maybe we can avoid, maybe something we should think about. If we find ourselves in strifeful situations often, then we need to ask ourselves, who are we interacting with? are we a person that is unintentionally stirring up strife and we need to be more aware, or are we engaging with a person that is stirring up strife, and how do we kind of get past that? How do we address that? And all through the chapter, we talked about being observant. We've talked about there being rebuke or redirection, and sharing wisdom with one another so that we can avoid situations that are stymieing us, not allowing us to move forward. But we can get to places where we can get greater understanding that actually allows us to move forward with knowledge, with wisdom. So, those are the few passages that I wanted to share with you today. And our next session, we will be in the very last chapter of the book of Proverbs, Proverbs 31. And I hope you'll be able to join me for that. With that, that is my few minutes for today. I hope that you found that this has been a message that's been inspiring, something to help you think, learn, grow, and ultimately lead a more fulfilling life. And I hope that if you are enjoying these messages, that you will share them with others so that they can come along our learning journey as well. Please be sure to take some time to read chapter 30 of Proverbs. And thank you for joining. I sure hope to see you back next time. Until then, bye bye.